Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this quarterfinal matchup between the Salette Lions, ranked number 2 in the state, versus the Naperville
Warriors.
The Warriors, ranked number 7 or 6, depending on the points counted in the state. I'm Elijah Hall, and I'm here with Malachi Martin on this glorious day. How are you, Malachi?
Yep, I got my verbal cue a little bit earlier than usual with the save for the Warriors. But, yeah, it's great. It's a little bit later in the day than we usually broadcast, and it's beautiful weather, wonderful weather. And, I'm just having a great time.
And so we're here to start off with the kickoff. Braden Wall gets the first tackle of the night. Naperville started with the ball, and it looks like they kind of lost it a bit. McQuillan trying to get something going there. And they decided to run it with their forwards. Braden Wall again with another tackle. Starting the night with 2 in a row for Salette. Ball's back out. A nice team tackle there from Seamus Hanlon. They get out to the backs. A couple missed tackles. Marcel Lefebvre gets inside. Run it down now. Naperville's right around the 50. They're close. Out to the backs again. Kind of slow. Get it to a forward. Charles Prather holds on by an ankle. Helped out by McQuillan. Some pretty good rucking here from Naperville. Also usually pretty good at counter-rucking, but right now they're not letting him have anything. Ryland Tall from Arcadia, California. Eamon Martin with the poach. Eamon Martin cuts inside. Gets tackled down. Now it's Salette's turn. Right on the 35. Above that, Charles Prather. Good tackle there from Naperville. Nice strong ruck over from Salette. Out to McQuillan. McQuillan doesn't really have anyone around him. Marcel Lefebvre goes to help out. Salo Cruz to William Fitzpatrick. Cuts inside, finds the gap. Finds on the outside, cuts back inside. Breaks some ankles. Finally gets stopped right inside, but he gets the stiff arm right down. Good run from Fitzpatrick. Seamus Hanlon. Good run. Back into McQuillan. He breaks the tackle, moving forward very slowly but surely. Finally gets tackled down right on the 2-meter line. Out to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick finds the gap. He runs inside. Can he get it? He's close. Salette so close. Sala Cruz. And Sala Cruz. Sala Cruz inside. Not sure what the call is there. Oh, that goes back to the advantage. Fitzpatrick cuts inside, dives in. Can't place it all, but it's off someone's foot. Those pregame nerves for Salette. Going in again. They kick it. They bounce into touch. Very unfortunate there from Salette. Not really able to get that try. It was right there. Whoever knocked that on will kick the ball forward. Been unfortunate events.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to start a game like that, but we have had that was a pretty awesome run by both Eamon and William Fitzpatrick. Although to start the game, we had some pretty decent defense from both sides. Neither team really making very many meters until, once again, William Fitzpatrick and Eamon Martin did make those pretty awesome breaks. And then it seemed like they just kind of seemed to disintegrate after they got beaten just a little bit on both sides. So that'll definitely be interesting to see how that plays out later in the game. Will both teams be able to hold on to the defense that they're playing?
William Fitzpatrick gets it off. And also with a quick ruck over, Kenny Simmons. Sala Cruz gets it to Peter Agbaperone. Cuts inside. And also stuck a good inside, but they get to Gabe Staffke. Some good tackling here from Naperville in this first part, right off the line out. Charles Prather, nice pass fake, finds a gap. Wyatt Herman with a nice savage clear out. Peter Agbaperone, he's stuck in traffic. Gets pushed back a couple meters. Marcel Lefebvre.
It looks like obstruction is called. He did try to juke behind another Lion to try to break through the other team's line, so you're not allowed to do that. You can't use your own team member as a meat shield against any potential tacklers.
Yeah,
it'll be a little bit strange broadcasting tonight because there's a lot of Westville fans here. They're thankfully allowing us to use their pretty awesome football facilities. It's pretty nice, very awesome turf, very nice facilities, I'd say. And they're letting us use it. So along with using the field, we have the pleasure of playing in front of them. And as they don't really play rugby all too much, they're a little bit confused, and there's a lot of cheering when there probably shouldn't be any, and not a lot of cheering when we think something awesome is happening. So it's a little bit different from what we're used to.
Yeah, but that's okay because they let us use this, and we've also been us guys to go to some baseball games sometime, football game early in the year for their quarterfinals. So it's very nice of them to let us use their facilities, especially since they're very nice and very brand new.
Yeah, it's a bit of a trade-off. They don't really let anybody use this awesome multi-million-dollar facility. So it's a little bit of trade-off.
Line out. And they get it out. They pass it to the back. So Salette has to place the goal. I think it's a nice tackle right off the bat from Braden Wall yet again. They get to their backs. Number 10. Missed tackle from Aiden Martin, but Kenny Simmons will make up for it. Ball's up. Ball's back out. Ryland Taw. And a nice team tackle there with Wyatt Herman with the steal. Wyatt Herman from Hoyleton, Illinois. We'd like to give a shout out to Mrs. Herman, who's also here watching the game. Lasso will get the ball back. Sala Cruz deciding what to do. He'll out for the box kick. High and mighty. Stays in. Marcelo Fev on the case. Drives him back. And a team tackle there from Los Salettes. Brilliant play. Playing on some offense while they're on defense. Out to their backs. Missed tackle there, but Seamus Hamlin's on the case. Los Salette clear out. And they steal it again. Sala Cruz. Peter Beperone. Ryland Taw. It looks like there's a bit of a miscommunications down there from the Naperville players as they're trying to get out. The Sala Cruz again to Fitzpatrick. To Staffke. Lewis Dittman. Takes it down right around the 45. The Westville fans now realize some of the names as the Los Salette players call out Lewis and they start shouting his name. Ball's back out. Fitzpatrick to Kenny Simmons. Ooh, look at that little pass fake there. Man, basketball quality right there. It looks like Los Salette's been losing a couple meters now. Getting pushed back by the extra cellular size of the Naperville players. Ryland Taw cuts his side. A nice little truck there as he goes down. Ready to 50. Connor Hanlon stepping in. Because Charles Prather. And a missed tackle from Naperville allows Los Salette to gain some meters. Peter Baperone. Now there's a lad. He takes it down. And they pass that to the backs again. Lewis Dittman. Superman. Down right around the thing. Now they get it closer. Ever closer. McQuillan gains even more meters. Wyatt Herman with a nice clear. Fitzpatrick. Ryland Taw. Takes it nice and hard into contacts and good driving there. Eamon Martin. Oh, lays one man low. Charles Prather again. Offload to Wyatt Herman. Wyatt Herman. Nice little run there. Also getting ever closer slowly but surely out to the backs. Marcella Fev cuts his side again. Marcella Fev being all the jersey. A hell of a jersey, but an amazing run. Cut that back inside. Charles Prather. Oh, nice run up there from Naperville. Yeah, Peter Baperone knocks it forward. Knock-on advantage. Again, does nerves yet again from Los Salette. High kick into the seesaw. Eamon Martin getting on it. Now that was a mistake, giving it to Eamon Martin. Here he goes. Eamon Martin immediately cuts to the side. Missed tackle Offload to Marcel Lefebvre. Marcel Lefebvre down the sideline. Marcel breaks on. I can't really get past the other one, but he offloads there to Charles Prather. No, it's Braden Wall. That's what I was trying to steal the ball from him. But Charles Prather's there to walk over. Solid Cruz to Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick, long pass out to Ryland Taw. Ryland Taw cuts back inside, runs in, and plats one for the try. Ryland Taw gets the first try tonight. With an assist from William Fitzpatrick, that long pass right out as Ryland Taw gets one right on the edge of the try line. It'll be a decently hard kick for Connor Hanlon, but we know he's got it in him. Ryland Taw, Arcadia, California.
Yeah, just like we've said, literally every game in this exact same way. The first try is the most important, and my gosh, these Westville high schoolers certainly understand that. You can hear them screaming in the background maybe, but yeah, they definitely understand that that's definitely a big moment, especially in this quarterfinal game. You know, Peter was talking to me, Peter Agbap, before the game, just like, you know, what should his goals be? And, you know, I can't exactly remember what I said, but I can remember what I should have said. Peter is he's a little bit newer to the varsity team, but he's definitely done a lot of good. He's done a lot of stuff, a lot of pretty amazing stuff. But one thing he does have to check for is the knock-on. He does have a rather high knock-on count, so he's definitely got to focus on that. And if he just got that down, he would be almost a demigod of a player. It'd be could definitely shape up into quite an amazing varsity player just at the end of this postseason and for next season. But even with that little mishap, La Salette definitely did rally back with that awesome run by Eamon Martin, Marcel Lefebvre, and William Fitzpatrick, Ryland Taw, to name just a few in that those awesome phases right there.
That's right. Naperville's coming us back slowly. Connor Hanlon seems like he missed his kick, but that's okay. It was a hard one anyway from the outside. Yeah, Ryland Taw now turning on the Jets, his third try this season. Drop kick, bit high to the left. Lewis Dittman, Superman. Last time someone kicked it to Lewis, he ran a coast-to-coast try. And here he goes, cutting aside, breaking tackles like it's going out of style. Ball was out, though. Also can recover it. Peter Baperone on the tackle. Pierre Akron is one of the better tacklers on the team. About 86 tackles now this season. Only 10 missed. That'll put him at around 90%. Lewis Dittman. Helped out by Charles Prather, who decided to get the ankles. And a nice drive back. Charles Prather will get his revenge. And a nice clear there from McQuillan, as we like to see all the time.
Now that's a classic example of live and learn. Ball comes out for us, they steal it. Ball comes out for them, we steal it. I like it.
That's how we roll. Tobias McQuillan, 13 steals this season. I see it. Connor Fitzpatrick with the chase. He's down the field. He's a bit faster. He picks it up. The missed tackle. Fitzpatrick down and places it for the try. William Fitzpatrick with a brilliant play. Simply splendid. That kick right between them, and he runs it in for the try. Oh my goodness. That was some Oak Grove, Minnesota right there. We were watching some Oak Grove, Minnesota.
And the Westville crowd is ecstatic. Yeah, that's not a play that you see in football, I don't think. I don't think you can just pop it up there and then sprint your heart out to grab it.
Yeah, William Fitzpatrick, 11 tries, tying up Brother Jude for, I don't know if he has the most tries in a season for La Salette, but he's definitely up there. 11 tries, tying up Brother Jude. Back in his high school days, he was known as David Zemborski.
Oh, I was waiting for like a punchline like killer kicker or something like that. But, you know, David works. That's good.
Whatever.
Anyways, the conversion is good.
Connor Hanlon.
We're now 12-0. La Salette Lions are up.
We'd also like to say, wish a very happy birthday to Mr. Hanlon, the father of Seamus and Connor, who are both on the varsity team. Yesterday was his birthday, so happy birthday, Mr. Hanlon.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, at the beginning of the game, before it started, everybody kind of had like this feeling that we were going to stomp them, just from the very beginning. I mean, after all, they are 7th seeded in the state, and we're number 2, so we figured that it'd be a little bit of a cakewalk. But then the game started, and they were putting up a pretty stiff defense, and then this happened. So I wonder if they're gonna continue to crumble, or maybe there'll be a second wind. That's always one of the most interesting parts of any game, is how does the other team's morale fare after you score, or how does our morale fare after they score?
Kickoff, and Connor Hanna kicked it right back because he was kind of deep, right to another Naperville player, and then Kenny Simmons trying to get that clear. Salette is not able to steal it, or are they? Nice aggressive tackle there from McQuillan, and Peter Paparone. Ball's cleared off. Now it's back out to the backs, and the serve will call the first knock-on of the game. Now Tobias McQuillan is definitely probably one of the best tacklers on the team. 119 tackles as of Chicago Lions. He didn't play Chicago Lions because the coach wanted to give him an off day, because he did play every single game in this season except for that one. And being a forward, it really hits hard on that. It really hits hard because of the shoulders and all your it just hurts being a forward, because it's really hard as you do all the dirty work. You get down and dirty, and that's where all the good stuff's done. So McQuillan, 119 tackles. He's only missed 9, putting out at 93%, which is pretty good. Also, we have our best tackler right now is Lewis Dittman. He's also played 11 games, so he has 123 tackles. And the ball is won by Salette. Peter Paparone finds a gap, gets on the breakaway, checks to see his surroundings, breaks the tackle, finally gets brought down. Now Salette is not really, they get there in time. Peter, good delay there. Get to Charles Prather. Prather finds a gap. He's driving, offload, lost in contact. Marcelo Fed, though, quick gets the tackle. And a little bit of a chip kick there. Connor Hanlon will receive. Eamon Martin ready to help him out. Cuts back inside. He doesn't really know what to do, so he just runs around. He gives it to Gabe Staffke. Cuts back inside. He gets tackled. Sometimes it's just better to run straight forward. Sala Cruz. McQuillan. McQuillan gets taken down to 45. Right on the Westville logo. Ball's out to Lewis Dittman. Superman gets to the 40. A bit of a lost ball there, but thankfully Braden Wall recovered it. Cruz. Ball out to Fitzpatrick. Here's Kenny. Ooh, a bit of a noodly there. He passes out to Peter Paparone yet again. To the side. It gets pulled down by the seat of his trousers. McQuillan. He's pumping those pistons. Finally he's taken down. Lossley getting ever closer. This actually gets to Kenny Simmons. The zigzag, the wigwag. He's getting close at the 5-meter line. Ryland Taw, pumping, getting closer. Salette, ever closer, ever upward. Excelsior, Fitzpatrick to Connor Hanlon. What's the call? And it's a try, because the white line on the outside is also inbounds, because it's not football field size. Connor Hanlon will get a try, his 3rd this season. And he'll get to kick his own conversion.
And once again, it's all thanks to just the running north and south, not trying to jig-jag. Of course, I mean, yeah, there was some juking, but Peter Agbap, he didn't really juke. He just kind of like ran straight into contact. I'm not sure why he's very scary. He's not really that big, but he certainly just kind of blasted into those people. Ain't gonna get a hand on him either time. So that was kind of funny to watch. And of course, Kenny Simmons is a big boy. You don't really want to tackle him. It took 3 people to take him down, which was quite impressive.
The Mamba mentality, as some people would call it, old Kobe Bryant. But some people say that he looks like Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Kenny?
No, not Kenny.
Oh.
I was talking about Peter. Kenny doesn't look like Giannis Antetokounmpo. I don't know what you're talking about. But Connor Hanlon, conversion kick,
caught
number
by
2.
Gordon Bornos. Well, that was athleticism right there.
Now, Gordon, I don't think has ever been more athletic in his life. We love you, Gordon.
And the Westville fans have figured out Peter's name and start chanting it.
Peter, Peter, Peter.
Aww.
You can hear him. You can hear him. Very slow, very steady. Here comes Naperville. This is when you just let Lossless start cooking, because this is what happens when you have to keep kicking the ball to them. Naperville getting ready to kick off.
Just like every other team that we face, after they get scored on, they take their sweet time setting up. Nice little poppy up kick.
Kenny Simmons taken down around the 40-meter line. McQuillan. Boom! Oh, if it wasn't for that jersey. Now they pick him up, but now McQuillan still got his feet. And the ball is stolen. Bit unfortunate there. It's all those jerseys that are kind of not tight enough. But Marcel Lefebvre grabs onto a jersey and deals it right on back.
Classic dump tackle.
Boom, shakalaka. Now they go for a box kick. It's the bounce. Connor Hanlon underneath it. Yep. Sad sauce, but that's okay. Connor Hanlon, knock on at around the 25.
Yeah, the one bad thing that you can say about the rugby ball is that it has the strangest bounces ever. You literally cannot guess which way the ball is going to go. So it truly stinks having to try to catch it, and then it bounces. You have no idea if it's going to go straight into your arms or launch itself at your face.
Yeah, it goes all bing boing. Like, you kick it, and then it bounces. It'll either like bounce straight up, it'll bounce back at you, or it'll bounce straight into your face. Or it'll bounce and hit you in the stomach, which really hurts. Or it'll bounce and break your nose. Actually, no, it doesn't do that. Don't worry. But yes, it is kind of scary sometimes when the ball goes a million miles an hour. As we saw before the game, Mr. Lanthier was receiving kicks for the Lost guys who were just, having some fun before they had to start warming up. And it was a million miles an hour, and Mr. Lanthier slowed it down, and Girardi never caught it. And Girardi even admitted himself that it would have nailed him in the face if Mr. Lanthier wasn't there and saved his life.
Huh. Just for the sake of statistics, we've made up 15 new words like bing boing over the course of our illustrious career this singular season.
I would say more than 15, Malcolm, but that's okay.
No, I've been counting.
Zoom, zoom, bing, wrong.
Okay, we don't need a list. We don't need a list.
And it's a big drive back and a boom, boom. Take it down. And around the 40-meter line, lost a hard counter ruck. Lewiston tried to get on the action, but backs right back. Oh, look at that. Zoom, zoom. Back out, and here's a kick. Connor Hanlon underneath it. And he breaks off the nerves. Kicks it right on back. Real high. He chases. Naperville gets underneath it. Kind of slips. Connor Hanlon will get the tackle. Connor Hanlon now with 28 tackles. He's played every single game, but it's kind of hard to make those tackles because if you're playing 15 like he has been this entire season, it's really kind of an inconvenient spot to be in to make tackles because not very many people come your way, especially when you have such a good line like La Salette. Still has 12 missed tackles, but that's because when you're in an open field, it's really hard to make a tackle, get your arm around those guys, because especially when they're real shifty. But just the fact that he's 69% is pretty good for a 15, especially in high school. Solo Cruz, Fitzpatrick, chip kick. Kind of high. Received out of 14, Eamon Martin. Goes to push him into touch, but kind of fancy offload there to save the ball. And it is knocked on. Losslett will get the scrum.
Indeed, just a couple minutes after the last scrum that we've had. And it seemed to go pretty well for us, so I don't think that we're faring too badly with scrums. Even all this season, we haven't really had too very many stolen scrums. Our percentage for scrums is actually pretty good this season compared to other seasons where they've actually been quite bad.
Crush mind set. Solo Cruz pops it in McQuillan. Nice easy going. Oh, the 9 goes for a little ankle pull. Kind of dirty there. But here's Lewis Stitman down the field, cuts back inside, and places it down. Lewis Stitman, the Superman. And they don't call him Superman for nothing. From Idaho somewhere on the east side, I think. Or is it west? I don't know. Somewhere where there's woods and lumberjacks and dirt bikes. And now the Westville fans are figuring out Lewis's name, and they start chanting it. Lost it up 24-10 and 24-0 with about 10 minutes left in this first half.
There's just something just so very funny about Lewis just like doing something that he does every game. Just kind of like, oh yeah, I'm just going to like run through you, truck a couple guys, and then place the ball down. We're kind of like, yeah, whatever. Lost Left fans aren't very excited now. I'm not sure why, but the Westville fans are eating this up. So, you know, I think it's the only time that Lost Salette is like completely being overrun by Westville cheering side. You know, I'd almost say it's a little bit pathetic on Lost Salette's side. Whatever, just another day around the way. And the conversion was good. And once again,
Ding.
After that awesome try.
Boing, boing. Ding. Calculations are correct. Jordan Eber has 96 tackles.
Seems like a decently high number.
Yes,
I
it is
mean,
a high number for 9 games.
You know, at the beginning of the season, somebody had like 64 tackles, and I said something like, "That's an astronomically high number."
It was 20 tackles.
Oh, it was 20.
Games.
Not even. Yeah, okay, that's kind of pathetic. But I've since realized that that's really not that many. So.
But Lewis will receive the kickoff as usual. Takes into contact as usual. But he doesn't gain as many grounds, not as usual. But Charles Prey, the nice aggressive push there. Kenneth gets it to Seamus. Fitzpatrick, kick. And it's still in. And Eamon Martin with the chase.
That had the perfect bounce.
And a kick. Again, Salo Cruz will receive it. Are they going to go for a kicking war? No, because he's offsides. Offload to Connor Hanlon. He runs inside. They grab a hold and swing him down. But Charles Prey, a nice clear. Kenneth Simmons fakes the pass, pop to Seamus. The serve will call, knock on. Scrum to Naperville.
Yeah, it was a little bit confusing there. It looked like there was a ruck form, but then the ball came out. And it kind of looked like the ruck was still formed, so it's a little bit confusing. But yeah, when the ruck disintegrated and the Warrior grabbed the ball, one of the Lions tried to just scoot it forward a little bit, so that was definitely a knock-on, no doubt about that. But once again, Toby's been doing a really excellent job as hooker, so you never know. Miracles do happen. He could maybe try to steal it. You can see his leg come out to try to steal it, but it is a little bit of a crooked into the tunnel, so
Toby did tell me that today he was going to steal a scrum.
Yeah.
He said he's going to even knock it on purposely, even if that's what it takes for him to steal a scrum. And here we have all trying to push him out because he wasn't quite out yet. But also will gain meters, Ryland Taw pushing him back. Nice tackle there from Peter A. They're getting out to the backs now, looks like, and Ryland Taw will pull another one down. Lost Salette, not very many missed tackles there. Toby adds some icing to the top of the cake. And well, I'll say, looks like Toby knocked one on. You know what this means? He's going to go and steal it. He's got this. It's in his blood. He hasn't really had a steal this season. He's had plenty before this, but he can get it.
No, he's definitely stolen. I know that he stole at least one scrum at Midwest.
He did steal one. I think some other ones were just penalties that we got. So they're just kind of just stolen. Crushed by set. Ball's out. They get to the 10. Wyatt Herman's on the case. And they get him, slow him down just enough so he can't really move anywhere. And Kenny Simmons. Oh, William Fitzpatrick. Well, they look kind of alike from up here. Get to their forwards. McQuillan hangs on. And yes, you can see why he has 122 tackles. Ball's back out. Charles Prather and Peter A. Back out again. Seamus. And McQuillan adds some more icing to the top as he dives over. Oh, and McQuillan will do a smear play. McQuillan's just on tonight. Charles Prather. Seamus Hadlin and his classmate Lewis Dittman for the tackles. That looks like Naperville just trying to use their size, but to no avail as La Salette just keeps taking them down. Gabe Savvy tried to get the steal there, the pick 6. Well, pick 5, I guess you could say, because it's rugby. Not quite there. Gabe going for the poach. He gets it. And La Salette will get advantage. Gabe Stackby still going. Eamon Martin. Takes a bit more than a jersey pull to take Eamon down. Takes like 7 guys. That's what it takes. Eamon Martin. Cruz. Ryland. He ducks underneath a tackle. Jumps over another. Leaping like a gazelle. 1, 2, 3. Down the little red lane he goes. Charles Prather for the try.
Well, that is quite the quote. Yeah, that took a lot of big men to complete that.
That was insane.
Oh my gosh, they figured out Charles's names too.
Next thing you know, they're going to have the whole team's name, and never mind. And here we go, Connor Hallen, a nice kick. Oh, no, not very nice kick, right on the sideline, but he can get it. Anything is possible with God.
I'm going to interpret that in the nicest way possible.
I didn't mean that, but God is on, what's his name? Connor's side, yes.
Deus Vult.
With the wind, God's breath, the wind will push the ball into the uprights. He didn't want that, so Deus non-Volts.
After that nonsense, no, I'm kidding.
God did not want the ball to go in, apparently, so he said no. But that's okay, because Laughlin is up 31-0 with about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first eventful half. Charles Prather cooking up some sandwiches with 4 tries this season. Not seaman, I was thinking of salmon. Cooking up sandwiches, you know. No, but yeah, 4 tries this season. The most out of all the forwards. Because usually all the backs have all of them, like William Fitzpatrick with 11, Marcelo Fett with 6, Lewis Dittman with 6. And Malachi Martin cracking up on the microphone. They're looking for a kickoff again. 1 minute 53 seconds left, but the time is with the Sir. High kick. Fitzpatrick boots it right on back. Nice high kick received by their 15. Kind of stumbles a bit. Takes up some speed. Fitzpatrick can't get the tackle. Gets the ankle tap. We'll give him that. Laughlin with the dream team coaching staff. Coach Vitri, Father Bevan, and Mr. Lanthier on the sideline. Gabe Staffke. And loose ball. Ryland will pick it up. Thanks to William Fitzpatrick with the pull out there. Peter Baperone down the field. His jersey was pulled quite tight around him. Ball's back out. Prather. Cuts inside. It's a man you don't want to have to deal with. Gets it to Wyatt.
Wow, Herman takes the ball. Sorry, Mrs. Herman asked me if I could do that. I can't quite get the tone quite right.
And Mr. Ruth Wyatt Herman.
Mr. Gazzoli.
Mr. Gazzoli Wyatt Herman.
Yes, there's a very large difference.
Okay. Lossless getting ever closer. Charles Prather leaps inside. And he gets that try. Charles Prather, easy money. Boom shakalaka, like it's going out of style. And it kind of is these days. Charles Prather with 5 tries.
Yeah, what's interesting about this game is usually we'll be up here and we're like, yeah, so the other team's a lot bigger than we are, but we use our backs, so that's why we're better. But this time it seems like we're using a lot of our forwards more than our backs. Well, maybe not more than our backs, but a lot more than we usually do. So like we're using Kenny and Charles and, well, Lewis is technically a back, but I'm going to call him a forward just because he's so massive.
It's crazy.
And, we're just kind of like using them to smash in, and the other team can't really do anything about it. They don't really have any north and south guys like most of our opponents do. Which is just, that's good for us, We finally have a team that we can bully, which is quite fun.
Yeah, Lewis Simmons is a big boy. I mean, for being a back, he really gets a lot of tackles. I mean, 123. Now, it seems like Los Angeles some really good defense here from the Naperville as we go into halftime. Connor Hale misses kick because usually Lost Lake can get a nice, easy touchdown right in the center, and Connor Hale will have a nice stat padding 98% kicking percentage or whatever crazy numbers he gets. But it looks like today he's been getting some harder ones. But I guess it doesn't really need to get some easy ones because Lost Lake is up 36-0 at halftime.
Yeah, it's definitely been an interesting first half. Lots of excitement from our visiting fans. Anyways, it's been a pleasure doing this first half. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. This is Malcolm Martin.
This is Elijah Hall. See you then. Burn it, burn, and we are back here at this second half of the Salette versus Naperville quarterfinals on this Westville field. I'm Elijah Hall, and I'm back here with Malachi Martin. Malachi Martin, how are you?
I'm doing great. And you know what I just figured out is that we were actually doing instant replays on the video, which is pretty awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Which means that the next thing that we need to do is fade in with music. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tom should let me know so I can fade in with some cool, I don't know, some trumpets or whatever, because everyone knows that I'm very good at the air trumpet, as I play taps almost every night.
Yeah, that's only slightly obnoxious. Anyways, this game has been going pretty well. The first half, Salette up 36-0. Quite a few tries against Naperville, who has returned none of them. It's been pretty good defense on both sides, actually, but we've gotten some pretty awesome runs. And strangely enough, Salette's been using their forwards quite a bit this game, using Kenny and Charles and the quasi-forward Lewis Dittman quite a bit to run into Naperville, who actually isn't that much bigger than we are, which is quite a surprise.
What do you mean they're not that much bigger? Look at the size of those boys.
Yeah, but they're not that much bigger.
There's Daniel Sullivan. Daniel Sullivan's in the game. He's chasing down the field. Oh, and he picks it up. What a play by Daniel Sullivan, but he gets tackled out of bounds. Daniel Sullivan's in the game. Now you know we're getting somewhere. He's probably also the best kicker in this school. Daniel Sullivanberger, as someone gave him the nickname.
Somebody strange. I don't like that nickname. I don't know, it just has a strange ring in my ear. Yeah, no, Sullivan is definitely a great kicker. You know, Connor's good, but he pales in compared to Sullivan. He learned from the greatest, Kevin Quigley.
Ball's out to the backs. Lewis Dittman can't really get on there. Braden Wall. Missed tackle from Danny. That ruins his 100%. Ball's knocked out. Peter Egbaperone. Tackled into touch. Daniel Sullivan has only played 3 games. Varsity games this season. They're all at the beginning. Probably is the best kicking out of anybody. He has no tries, but he's only played 3 games. So that's understandable, especially since he's a 15 fullback in the back. He's had 5 tackles. Yeah, missed 0, but his first one, so that will take him down from 100%, but that's okay. He's got some time to make up for it.
Yeah, definitely. I hope we're seeing a lot of make-up time in this game. And it's really awesome when Sullivan really turns on the burners.
Ball was almost stolen by Kenny. Braden Wall goes in for the tackle. By Sequillan, piggyback tackle. That's what we like to see. Ball's back out. It's kind of dropped. Wyatt Herman will cradle a guy to sleep. Eternal sleep. Charles Prather. Helped out by a good Seamus Highland from St. Louis, Missouri. Rylan Ta hangs on. Helped out by a fellow. And a nice clear over there. Knocked down to 9. Lewis Dittman on the case and takes him down, and now they're getting real close to their own try zone. Salette putting up some good defensive performance here. Kenny Simmons.
Yeah, it looks like Kenny Simmons trying to strip that ball and then ended up tackling him. Yeah, these guys aren't really good at breaking tackles like we are. It's kind of like you get one leg and they kind of just go down. Kind of. Yeah, that's good. I like that phrase.
Kind of.
You know, we're just kind of gonna, you know. Whoa, wiggly arms.
It looks like they're off their feet or something. The penalty. Lewis Dittman can't really get a hold. Seamus Halen, though. Helped out by Rylan Ta. Falls up. Some missed tackles, but Kenny Simmons is there. Kenny Simmons hitting about 90 tackles. Wyatt Herman goes up hard, but can't really get it. But Eamon Martin is there. Offsides penalty. Naperville looked to kick the touch. Pretty line drive type kick. Theo Carlisle will replace the balls.
Yeah, you can really tell the self-esteem of a kicker by how far down the field they attempt to send the ball into touch. You know, if they're just going straight there, then they're like, we just got to hold on to the ball. We can't risk anything. Whereas sometimes we'll get Liam Bentz or Daniel Sullivan or William Fitzpatrick to kick a penalty kick into touch, and they really go for the lofty ones, and we usually make it. So that's just saying, maybe that's just we practice more, we have more time to practice, but definitely says something for our own courage, I guess.
Wee haw haw. And there's going to be a throw in to Naperville. Kenny couldn't quite steal it. Ball's out, it's kind of fumbled around. Braden Wall get the tackle.
Yeah, another thing Naperville is struggling with right now is their hands, just their basic passing. They're not really passing it to the chest, a little bit low, and sometimes not even on target. So I think Salette's been capitalizing on that quite a bit the past half.
Peter Perron with a nice tackle there. Now Gabe Stackey will set a man down. Lasso will get a penalty. Oh, sorry. Naperville will get the penalty. Wrong hand went up. Quick tap. Cole got him. Is it intercepted by William Fitzpatrick? He goes down the field. There's nobody there to stop him. Fitzpatrick will get the first try of this second half. Plays it right in the center upright. Charles Prather down there with Marcelo Fev. Dale Silva goes to get the ball for the kick. 41-0. Fitzpatrick will have 12 tries this season.
And once again, the Westville Crazies, if dare I call them crazies, have caught on to another teammate's name. Fitz.
William Fitzpatrick.
Now that's a name that'll strike fear into any heart. Fitz.
Kind of sounds like Fritz, like a German name.
Fitz.
But
It
no,
really
it's
reminds me
Irish.
of like a really short redheaded guy.
Fitz.
Not sure why. Fitz. I like that name.
Fitz.
Anyways, conversion is good.
Also known as Little Fitzy if he's not on the rugby field.
Yeah. I mean, he's actually really stretched out the past couple of years. When he came in as a freshman, he was super short. Called him Squirt. Now he's grown up into a big bad Fitz.
He was sitting at around a 5'2" about freshman year, kind of short. So I thought he was in my class, but I guess I was 5'10" 8th grade year.
Yeah, that's not exactly fair. Now what are you, 6'5"?
6'4".
Oh, that's precisely the exact opposite.
Sitting
of
at a
mine.
pretty 6'3 3/4". So that's half an inch taller than my father.
Wow, that's quite the flex.
And we got William Fitzpatrick here at about 5'10" now.
Pure muscle.
Pure savagery. Pure Minnesota. And Mr. Gabbard gives us the thumbs down.
Does Mr. Gabbard have a problem with Minnesota?
John Reed says he does. Kick off. Back down the field, Gabe Staffke lets it bounce out. And if my calculations are correct, there'll be a line out to La Salette, which our own Father Carlisle marks off. McQuillan throwing in.
Well, we've certainly gotten a lot better at line-out throwing since the beginning of the season. At the beginning, we definitely had a little bit of a trouble just keeping a hold on the ball, throwing it straight. But now we've been doing a pretty good job, both with Toby Titan and now Seamus Hanlon throwing. But I have noticed that even just in the past couple minutes of the game, Naperville has done an excellent job of keeping possession of the ball. They're really good at lineouts. But we do keep possession of it.
Solid Cruz. It's pushed right on the outside. Got to put into a hard position. Lasso take advantage of it. Seamus Hamlin. That's in the back. Fitz. Line drive. Spinning, spiraling down at the 35. Pass it to the backs. Can't get it, and then Sir will call that knock on.
Yeah, once again, they can only curse the strange bouncing of the ball. You think that it's going right into his hands, and then it just gets that little weird bonky little thing, and it falls forward.
It goes bing, boing, bing, bong, bing, boing, bing, gone. That's usually how it goes.
Something like that.
If you memorize that pattern, you can stop anything. You choking on something?
Yes. My own lack of humor.
That's a real knee slapper. And in case they'll have a loss, Salette scrum. And so call it up. Looks like there's something not very fun about the front row.
I'd like to point out that he's talking to the Naperville front row, not the Lion front row. It's a very important point. As you'll notice, we'll keep the scrum.
Pierre back Perone in at hooker. Brandon will move up to prop, and Gerard Niedemer comes in as flanker, his beloved position. Ball's out. Gabriel Staffke to Liam Fitzpatrick. Fitzy, Ryan Eamon Martin. Now that's a man of a man. Watch him break those tackles, and he's still going, still pumping. Kenny Simmons, the pass fake again. Looks like the other team caught on and kind of gets driven back a bit. But a good effort from Kenny. Fitzpatrick. Charles Prather. Prather will carry on top. Gives it to Knee Neighbor. Knee Neighbor is tackled down. Good run inside the 15. Lewis Tittman. Nobody wants to tackle that guy in a hurry. Solo Cruz. Back to Charles Prather. Pop pass to Wyatt Herman. Peter Perone. Ball's back out. Fitzpatrick. Bit of a hard chip kick there. No go out the back. Can't quite get it. But every little thing will be all right. That's okay. It'll just be a scrum for Naperville. And unfortunately, we do not have Mr. Reed anymore for our emotional support. Instead, we have Mr. Gabbard. And it's kind of going downhill. As Mr. Reed said nothing, but Mr. Gabbard says everything. But that's okay.
I mean, like you said, every little thing, it's going to be all right.
We all love Mr. Gabbard. He's doing a renovation in the corridor. He's knocking down some walls and moving a bunch of pipe stuff. Really hard work. Good stuff done for Mr. Gabbard. He also takes care of all the maintenance things around campus, all the electric and plumbing things with his snakes that nobody wants to use, but are the best way to go. As he said, he would throw away all the plungers if he could. Drop kick. And Martin decides to pick it up. It was a roly-poly that time. And there he goes with his athleticness. He gives it to Rylan Ta. Rylan Ta with a nice drive there. He ain't going anywhere. I butt forward. That's what I meant. Eamon Martin. Ooh, look at that hit. It's almost like he was born to run. Salo Cruz to Fitz to Charles. Charles Prather with over top. Charles Prather running. Charles Prather tackled. And they get it out. Peter Perone getting real close, pushes forward. Can't quite get it there. Charles Prather runs inside and hammers one down. Charles Prather with a hat trick today. 6 tries overall, 3 tries in just this day. And our emotional support is back, Mr. Reed.
And once again, the crowd starts singing the odes of Charles.
Tragas ode. It's almost like a Greek.
Yeah, that's
play.
Greek for ode of Charles.
Tragas means goats, but that's okay. Because Chuck is the goat when it comes to playing on Westville fields.
And he sets one down right in the middle. Easy one for Connor Hanlon. Sends it right through.
His name's Daniel Sullivan, and he's from Silex, Missouri. And if you do not know where he's from, it's middle of nowhere, Missouri. Down south, right off the side of Mississippi.
I apologize from the bottom of my heart.
It's okay.
It's a little bit hard up here, only seeing by the stadium lights.
No, it's not, but that's
Yeah,
okay.
okay,
You don't have
fine.
your glasses. Your glasses broke. Now Mackin's wearing them.
Yes, I've started quite the fad of people wearing glasses with no glass.
Trevor never quite likes them. Quite likes them quietly. Quietly likes never mind. Grammar's pretty bad.
He likes them very much.
Yes. Nope, you can't say very. Remember what Mark Twain said about saying very.
Yes, but it sounds more English.
It sounds more American.
He likes them good. Yeah.
And the ball's kicked down the middle. Daniel Sullivan start with his foot, nice and easy like, and yoinks one back. Drops that bummer. Oh, it's still bouncing. It's a bounceroo like a kangaroo. Daniel Sullivan, puts him on the ground. Mr. Wilson is having a great time in the stands. And another tackle from Daniel Sullivan. And stolen. Peter Ikechuku Agwapuo. This is a very exciting game. Charles Prather, nice long pass at the Fitz. Oh, that's Lewis. It's Gabe Staffke. Gabriel Staffke for the try. Puts it down. 2 tries this season. 1 tonight. 1 against Chicago Lions.
Nope. Looks like the Sir is calling back the try. Said no good.
And the Sir did not call the try. It looks like he'll call a forward pass. As a very wise man once said, that's a bummer, dude.
When I lost my 27th baseball game in a row, it's like my dad said, I snatched defeat from the jaws of victory. And it was quite sad. But anyways, yeah, it always stinks when you think that you've got the try and then it gets pulled back because some little thing like a, violation of the rules or something silly like that. But anyways, we got to play by the rules. So it'll be a scrum to Naperville, and it looks like a pretty strong scrum, actually. It takes a little bit for them to get it, but they do finally get it out, and they pass it down their back line. Finally, don't really use their hands very much this game.
And he gets it at 14. A bit of forward passeroo there. Ooh, a nice hard hit there from J-Rod. And Daniel Sullivan. Ball's back out. Let's get bumped around a bit. Laszlo with some good counter-rucking, as we've been seeing all season. Nice tackle from Gabe Staffke. Wyatt Hearn tries to get the poach, not there. Good tackle there from Braden Wall. Ball's back out. A nice poke through there by Kenny Simmons.
Yeah, now that we're just barely inside their 22, they're really putting a lot of people into their rucking and counter-rucking. Yeah, they're definitely getting a little bit more energetic now than they were.
High kick, looks like it's meant for touch. And Sam can't put it back inside, but that's okay.
Yeah, that time they definitely went for the territory on that penalty kick to touch. Yeah, once again, when they were inside their 22, their hands were just kind of melting there. They got a lot of territory there, but it wasn't really because they had good hands. Although we did see them get all the way down out to their wing, but then the wing didn't really know what to do with it. So if I was on Naperville's team, I would definitely try to have the back line get more depth, pass it out quicker, and then just run forward. I'm not sure if they're just afraid of getting tackled by our team, by our defense. I mean, I guess I would be scared, but you just kind of got to run into them. And they're just not really liking to do that. And they don't really have a very massive forward pack. So they don't have that option either.
Titan Esparza subbing in for Rylan Taw. Now Titan Esparza making his 8th appearance in a varsity game. 72 tackles and only 6 missed with 92% on the tackling. Titan Esparza, very good, very phenomenal player. Ball's back out. Naperville win their line out, and Braden Wall get the first tackle right off that. She's a Braden Wall likes getting those first tackles off of everything. Lewis Dittman. Ball's back out. Gerard Nienaber picks him up and puts him down. Good tackle by Gerard. Ball's back out. Kenny Simmons and Seamus Hadlin. Pierre Baperone and Lewis Dittman get the tackle.
See some crazy rucking going on, counter rucking.
Laszlo can't get it done. There's a penalty. The ball's out. It's over top. Kind of some miscommunications. And Braden Wall get the tackle.
Good tackle from Seamus from behind.
Falls back out. A nice strong tackle from Eamon Martin. Circles time off.
Yeah, we were seeing a couple of passive tackles. They're not bad, but they're not as good as active tackles where you're actively driving the ball carrier back into his own territory. We saw a couple of those, but then eventually we did see after they, ironically, after Naperville started passing the ball out, we started getting more active tackles and really getting aggressive there. Although Naperville actually did seem to liven up just a little bit, with some pretty epic rucking and counter rucking, really driving people off. A lot of different people on the ruck, which is really exciting to see.
There are two players here who's played every single game this season. That is William Fitzpatrick, a senior, and Connor Hanlon, a junior. Connor Hanlon plays 15, so it's pretty good for him to stay in his position in the backfield. He doesn't see too much action, well, not enough to make him have to sit out any games. And he's also a really good kicker, so they keep him inside most of the time. So Connor Hanlon and Fitzpatrick with 13 games. Real veterans here from La Salette. Also, Tobias Akulin with 11, Rylan Taw with 11, Kenny Sims with 11, Charles Prather with 11, Braden Wall also with 11. A lot of those forwards just had that one off day off to let them rest up.
Yeah, throughout the season and then even at the Midwest tournament, we saw a lot. I'm not sure about a lot, but we definitely saw some switching up of the roster, like maybe not even from starters or not starter, but from starter in one position to another position, and just like different creative combinations. And I think that Coach Vitri, the athletic director, really has hit up on a combination that really might work, might bring us all the way.
Sam Betts, a nice tackle. Lewis Stiven goes for the poach. Lewis Stiven has the ball. Laszlo will steal it. Lewis Stittman will get it. Peter Baperone gets stopped, he gets picked up, and the ball is stolen. Captain will be called aside.
Looks like there was some fancy moves, maybe a forward offload or something strange like that.
Maybe they're just helping him do a Superman pose. But there they scrum to La Salette.
Yep, it looks like it was the forward offload.
We'd also like to thank Mr. Gabbard for all the hard work he puts in, checking all of our crews to make sure that everything is up and tidy, helping out us juniors as we're trying to get our crews ready for senior year, trying to get everything improved and up to speed. Ball's in, Solo Cruz. Ball's out, William Fitzpatrick kicks it high and mighty. Eamon Martin misses a tackle. Kind of some ankles broken there. Titan Sparks can't hang on, but William Fitzpatrick jumps right on top. We call that jumping on the bandwagon. Everybody wanted to be on that ride. Charles Prather, along with Seamus Hanlon. Lewis Dittman. Ball's back out. Sam Betts with the tackle. Jardine with the poach. And Braden Wall will carry the ball. Solo Cruz. Daniel Sullivan. Kicks it into a sweet spot. Sam Betts with the chase. Naperville kicks it right on back. Bounces. Here's William Fitzpatrick. Breaks some ankles. Breaks some more ankles. Trying to decide what to do. Now he's grabbed by the shirt. He's trying to take his shirt off. No, he's not 5 years old. You can't just undress him like that. But he'll finally go down, and ball's back out. Gerard Nina with a leaping catch.
Yeah, this ref is definitely very lenient. He's a good ref, but I don't know. I think I might have called that for a high tackle. If you're pulling the guy's shirt off, that certainly seems above the shoulders to me.
Well, I guess it wouldn't really be a tackle because
I guess he didn't go down.
Yeah, he's just trying to pull the shirt off. I don't know why. Well,
all right, ref. I'll give you that. All right, I think you can have that call then.
Peter Beperone takes it inside. About 11 minutes and 27 seconds left. Fitzpatrick with the grubber. Cyril called the knock on. Looks like Fitzpatrick dropped it and tried to kick it forwards to cover up, but wasn't really able to do it. He's not as nimble as Legolas.
Yeah, one of the greatest aspects of rugby is that when you make a mistake, you can simply cover it up by kicking it into the other team's face.
That's what Gimli would do. It was Legolas. He'd jump on their heads and.
Yes, but Legolas also sounds like legless.
But he's definitely got some legs. He can jump. He can.
With the help of CGI, of course.
Well, we don't talk about that.
All right,
We're talking about the book.
Anyways. Scrum gets called up again.
But it appears something wrong again with the Naperville front row. Maybe our guys are just scrumming a bit low. Because Salette usually tends to get a bit lower because we watch a lot of professional rugby and they get real low, like basically scraping their noses on the ground.
Another reason might be that the proper form is lower, is safer, and more powerful, and maybe we want to have the proper form. Just saying. Anyways, it's their scrum. They keep possession of it, and they whip it out to their back line, but they don't do a very good job of using that back line. They just kind of run it into contact. They
Ball's
do actually
lost.
make a lot of meters until it's stripped from them.
Tighten Esparza, recover it. Kenny Simmons. Out to Sam. Sam Betts. Stays in bounds. Ball's out. Charles Prather. They'll go down. Solo Cruz gets it to Braden Wall. He's dragged into touch. But after he was tackled down.
Will be a scrum to the Lions. Looks like before the ball was stripped, there was a bit of a knocky knock. It's always delightful when that happens.
Quite. Also, I'm not sure once the man goes down, I don't think you are allowed to. What's it called? I don't think you're allowed to pull him out of bounds once he's down. I think that's kind of illegal and illogical. And so now, Salette will get the scrum.
It's illogical, Captain. That was a good Spock imitation, I know. Ooh, Gabe Staffy with a nice little
high kick. He's on it. I can't really get it. Now their wing gets some chance of some action.
Oh, he tried to steal Gabe's show. He's going to get punished for that.
Tighten the spars and not letting this classic go.
Unavenged.
Unavenged, yes, that's what I was looking for. Thankfully, I have a dictionary right next to me.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. And penalty. Offsides awarded to Naperville.
Yeah, you're offsides if you try to cross that invisible line that goes across the ruck. So the guy with the ball on the ground, there's that invisible line that goes across. And sometimes you think that the ruck has been ended. The ruck does end when the ball comes out past the last guy's foot. And sometimes you think you see it come out and you're just, you're on top of your game, so you like rush and try to tackle him before you can do anything. And unfortunately, there's an invisible foot or a foot that you just can't see on the other side. And you get called, and sometimes, can't do anything about that. I'd say that it's better to get called for the offsides than to just, wait until you're absolutely sure.
Naperville line out.
Yeah, the one thing that Naperville does have going for them is their lineouts. They're good at lineouts. They're not really even flashy. They're just very efficient. You can just see the ball go up and then they just kind of rip it out of the air.
It's kind of what they do, It's quite good. See, Kenny tries to steal it. Ball's back out. Time from Lewis Dittman. Tighten Esparza. You can see that aggressive mindset there. That's not a guy you want to run into in an alleyway.
Well, I don't want to run into him at all. He's quite a big boy.
Charles Prather. Also trying to go for the steal. Can't really get it. Lewis Dittman will get the tackle. Ball's out Wyatt Herman. Helped out by his classmate Gerard Nienaber. Ball's back out. Gets to the backs. Naperville attempts a chip. Solid Cruz will do some soccer moves. And he'll call the knock on. Oh no, he'll call the penalty advantage. High tackle.
Every dog has its day. You got to throw a dog a bone. I'm not sure if those are two different analogies or whatever those things are called, but anyways, we'll throw those at them.
Quick tap. Oh. Ball's a bit low and bumbly. Looks like it's a bing boing bing. But they're able to retrieve it. Gerard Nienaber trying to get a poach there. Wasn't really in.
Yeah, Naperville's slowly getting driven backwards. They're not running into contact quite as hard as they are. After all, it is about 5 minutes left in the game, and 50-0 is a little bit demoralizing.
Velosa still putting on fights. Charles Prather. Nice active tackle. And Chara Titan Esparza trying to make his mark. Naperville trying to gain some meters, and they do. Wyatt Herman, though, hangs on. And a kind of fancy offload behind the head. And they do gain some. They get the ball back out. Kind of bounces around. Here's Braden Wall. Just a tackle. And Naperville is very good at hanging on to the ball. And of course, when I say that, they knock it on. But they have been holding on to it for quite a few phases.
Is there some, guardian angel of, karma or something? Because it seems like every time we say, yeah, they're doing a pretty good job holding on to it, they always knock it. I guess that's a pretty good strategy. We could just say that they hold on pretty well, and then it might help us out a little bit. But anyways, yeah, actually they have. If you just don't mind that they just knocked it on. They've actually been doing a pretty good job of holding on to it, and then their offloads are usually pretty good. A lot of times when you try to offload, there's already tacklers on you, and sometimes you'll offload to the other team. But so far, they've been doing a pretty good job.
And it looks like there's some stretching going on in the field. This is why we stay hydrated, folks.
You know, I've been thinking, the other thing that we need for these videos are ads.
No.
Well, I guess we kind of
what
are the
kind
ad.
of ads?
You know, like when we start talking about like the crucifixes that the workshop class is building
Hint,
that you can
hint.
buy. Yeah, hint, hint. You know, I'd tell you that they're on the Lost website and that you just have to go under crucifixes and you can order your custom
but
made.
that's a bit too
But
many
that's not for right
words,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, no. Right now we're going to talk about the scrum. Once again.
Sala Cruz, double tap. Passes it in. Way to keep it in for our knee neighbor. They get pushed back. They pass out to Fitz. William Fitzpatrick. That's a Superman. Looks like he got tripped up there. Now lost his possession of the ball. Tanis Sparza kind of a nice little fake run there. Kenny Simmons kind of gets caught up in a traffic jam. Fitzpatrick finds a little way on the outside. Gives it to his buddy Eamon Martin, who just does some spin moves and just walks out and rocks around those guys. Makes it look easy.
Peter Agbap takes it into contact again, gains a couple meters. Gives it to Lewis Dittman, who does his thing, you know, just kind of smashes through.
Falls out. Charles Prather. The ball's back out to Fitzpatrick. Lots of some strong rucking, some more as we've been seeing all season. Lewis Dittman. Naperville trying to get the counter. And Wyatt Herman comes out with it. Wyatt Herman cuts inside. Wyatt Herman. No, with the triumphant. Wyatt Herman places it down for the try. First of the season in his 5th game. Wyatt Herman.
Wyatt Herman is the Cowboy Ninja, apparently, with a little cheeky little flip into the try zone. Not quite what I was expecting.
Oh, man. Hoyleton, Illinois is celebrating right now. Same thing with Father Chevrolet if he's watching this game.
Greatest village on earth. That was an argument that I had with Wyatt a couple years ago.
And our dear Father Chevrolet. An amazing run, an amazing play. Wyatt Herman kind of picked that ball out of nowhere. Didn't see where that came from.
I mean, the fullback on Naperville's side, he was waiting for Wyatt, and he tried to tackle him, but Wyatt just said nope, and kind of like shoved him into the ground, which was kind of funny. And the conversion is good.
And all the bugs start coming out as they see the lights. Or wait.
Look like feathers.
It looks
There's
like feathers.
feathers floating on the wind.
Also some birds.
No, Elijah, we're not doing that.
Shoot, I meant to say bugs around the lights. I'm not supposed to talk about birds.
This is a slightly romantic aspect, just little feathers floating in the air.
And they try a grubber kick. Solid Cruz will get it. And he'll just make up all the yards that they try to get. Nice little fake offload there. Wyatt Herman back down the sideline. There's a stiff
No
arm.
way.
Wyatt Herman cuts back inside. A nice run there from Wyatt. Wyatt Earp. Braden Wall.
Wyatt Herman.
Falls back out. Is tackled down.
And he goes out, and that is
the
game.
game. Quarterfinals win 57-0. La Salette with the W tonight here at the Westville Field.
All right, yep, we'll be moving on to the next stage of the state tournament. It's been a pretty awesome game, 57-0, like Elijah just said. We've had some pretty good tries. You know, William Fitzpatrick added to his own repertoire of tries, and then Wyatt Herman added to his own repertoire with a pretty epic try to nearly close out the game. It's an awesome little juke move at the very end, I might add. But it's been definitely very interesting. A little bit of a blowout, but you know, we'll take what we can get, and we definitely took a lot from this game.
That's right. We also had some good work there from our top tackler, Tobias Aquilin, even though he's pulled out kind of halfway through the game, probably to get some guys some more experience. Tobias Aquilin with some good tackles there. Gerard Nienaber, as he came in, with some nice strong tackling as well. Not very many missed tackles we were seeing from this loss, so it's going to be quite fun taking their stats and seeing what they got for the next game.
Yeah, it'll definitely be fun to finally tell somebody, yeah, you didn't have any missed tackles. It was awesome. Percentages are going to go way up. It's definitely been fun to broadcast this one. Lots of fun stuff to see. Hopefully there'll be more fun stuff to broadcast in the coming days. Anyways, this is Malachi Martin.
And this is Elijah Hall. We'll see you later.